Welcome back. Today I'll be doing the 2011 WWE pay-per-views. So let's get into this. To start the year off, you had Royal Rumble 2011, the biggest Rumble in match history, with 40 guys. This one I wasn't not a big fan of. I didn't like Alberto Del Rio winning. I wanted someone else to win. The Miz versus Randy Orton for the WWE Championship was actually a decent match. Edge versus Dolph Ziggler was a great match. Natalya versus Layla versus Michelle McCool versus Eve Torres was not. It was an okay match. But overall, not one of the greatest Rumbles. I've only seen it like 2-3 times. Next, we have Elimination Chamber 2011. Now, this one is a really good one. I like the cover. Yeah, this one I do like. You get both a Blu-ray and DVD, except I gave my DVD to a friend because what do I need the DVD for if I have the Blu-ray? Alright, you got John Cena versus Randy Orton versus John Morrison versus R-Truth versus CM Punk versus King Sheamus in a #1 contenders match for the WWE Championship. And then you got Edge versus Big Show versus Kane versus Drew McIntyre versus Rey Mysterio versus Wade Barrett for the world title. And this is where Edge retains, which is really cool. The Miz versus Jerry the King Lawler. Really, that was a bad opportunity. I wouldn't say bad opportunity. I would say more like a wasted opportunity for the Miz versus Jerry the King Lawler, because Lawler should have been WWE champion here. Kofi Kingston versus Alberto Del Rio. Santino Marella and Vladimir Kozlov versus the core of Justin Gabriel and Heath Slater for the tag team titles. So this is a decent pay-per-view. And then, if you were to get the DVD, would be Elimination would be red, and then this one would be blue. So it makes sense. Next, we have WrestleMania 27. One of the most, one pay-per-view that I hate the most, obviously, is WrestleMania 27. I don't like this WrestleMania at all. It's horrible. Nothing memorable came out of it. But I do love the cover. Triple H and Undertaker there is awesome. The Rock, John Cena, and The Miz is pretty cool. I do love the fireworks that come out from them. I have a thing for fireworks. I love fireworks. So that's so cool. Undertaker versus Triple H was a good match. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge was a decent match. Randy Orton versus CM Punk was a good match. Trish Stratus and Nick Snooki and Morrison versus Lay Cool and Dolph Ziggler was a waste of our time. The Miz versus John Cena would have been a good match if The Rock just restarted it and didn't get involved in it. It would have been better. Jerry the King Lawler versus Michael Cole. That was a bullshit match. We all know how it should have been ended. Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes was decent. And Big Show, Kane, Kofi Kingston, and Santino Marella versus the core, Wade Barrett, Heath Slater, Justin Gabriel, and Ezekiel Jackson was another waste of our time. So overall, not at all a good WrestleMania. I don't even recommend it. But we did have Shawn Michaels, the Road Warrior, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, Sonny, Alberola, the Butcher, Bullet, Bob Armstrong, and Drew Carey going into the Hall of Fame. So, a decent class overall. But again, I don't recommend this one. Hold on, I will be right back. Alright, I had to put the slipcover back on WrestleMania. Next, we have Extreme Rules 2011. This one was decent. I don't like the cover all so much because it's a spoiler cover. Hey, there you go, spoiler cover. Who wins the championship in the end? No. Yeah, I don't like the cover at all. But it's a good pay-per-view. Michelle McCool versus Layla. Extreme Rules match. Loser leaves WWE. I wish Michelle won that match because I liked her a lot more than Layla. Rey Mysterio versus Cody Rhodes. Jerry the King Lawler. And Jim Ross versus Michael Cole and Jack Swagger. Randy Orton versus CM Punk. Christian versus Alberto Del Rio. Alright, that was a great match, but yet it was also sad because if you go and watch the following SmackDown, the one that's the same week as this one, Christian loses the world title to Randy Orton. So what was the point of giving Christian the world title? At first, when I watched it, I thought it was really funny, but yeah, it's kind of sad. And then The Miz versus John Cena versus John Morrison. And obviously, you know who wins that match. If they had that as the cover, it would have been better. Next, we have Over the Limit 2011 with The Miz on the cover with Daniel Bryan there. It's an okay cover. Continuing their rival, Randy Orton versus Christian for the world title. I Kiss My Foot match, Michael Cole versus Jerry Lawler. Wade Barrett versus Ezekiel Jackson. I Quit match, John Cena versus The Miz. Big Show and Kane versus CM Punk and Mason Ryan. And Rey Mysterio versus R-Truth. And then you get quite a few special features with this one, which is cool. Disc art's similar to the cover. Next, we have Capital Punishment. Thank God they only did one of these, because this pay-per-view was horrible. Again, I mean, I'm a Cena fan, but I don't like how he's got to center everything all the time. The cover's alright, but this pay-per-view was not good at all. Hold on a minute. There we go. I was wondering why that was so bright. John Cena versus R-Truth in the main event. Evan Bourne versus Jack Swagger. Randy Orton versus Christian. Wade Barrett versus Ezekiel Jackson. Big Show versus Alberto Del Rio. A-Rod versus The Miz. And then Kofi Kingston versus The Miz. This one I've only seen once, and I was not at all impressed with it. Next, we have Money in the Bank 2011, possibly the greatest Money in the Bank pay-per-view ever. Yeah, it's got a spoiler cover, but instead it works out this time around. It works out. CM Punk wins the title in Chicago, and he leaves with it. And this is actually a really cool cover. Kane versus Sin Cara versus Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett versus Justin Gabriel versus Sheamus versus Heath Slater versus Cody Rhodes in the SmackDown main event. Money in the Bank, and then Rey Mysterio, Kofi Kingston, Alex Riley, Evan Bourne, Alberto Del Rio, The Miz, R-Truth, and Jack Swagger in Raw Money in the Bank. John Cena versus CM Punk, Kelly versus Brie Bella, Big Show versus Mark Henry, and then Randy Orton versus Christian. If I'm correct, Christian had his foot underneath the rope, so technically that Randy Orton shouldn't have won that. The match should have went on from there. Cool disc art. And then we have SummerSlam 2011, CM Punk and John Cena on the cover. What is going on here? Yeah, CM Punk and John Cena on the cover. Both were WWE champion. So this is the real one, the one that CM Punk left Money in the Bank with. This one is the one that they had a tournament on Raw the next night. To see who the champion would be. And obviously John Cena won. It was Rey Mysterio, but then some reason they had another match for John Cena. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship. Daniel Bryan versus Wade Barrett. R-Truth and The Miz versus Rey Mysterio, John Morrison, and Kofi Kingston versus The Miz, R-Truth, and Del Rio. Sheamus versus Mark Henry. Christian, your world champion, versus Randy Orton. Oh no. Okay, Money in the Bank is where Christian won. John Cena versus CM Punk with special guest referee Triple H. Overall, this one was a lot better than last year's SummerSlam. Thank God for that. Next, we have Night of Champions 2011. Del Rio versus John Cena for the WWE title. Randy Orton versus Mark Henry. And this is finally where Mark Henry becomes world champion. Yeah. Mark Henry should have been world champion a long time ago, but it is what it is. And then Triple H versus CM Punk. Those are your three main matches. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship again. Air Boom versus The Miz and R-Truth. Cody Rhodes versus Ted DiBiase for the IC title. Dolph Ziggler, Alex Riley, John Morrison, and Jack Swagger for the U.S. title. One thing I forgot. Okay, nope. I thought something else was the main event. Next we have Hell in the Cell 2011 with John Cena on the cover. Not the best cover, but it kind of works out. This is the only pay-per-view 2011 that I have not seen yet. Kelly versus Beth Phoenix for the Divas Championship. Oh my God, 3 times in a row. Too many times we don't want to see. So that's kind of disappointing. We wanted to see it the first time, but not 3 times in a row. Cody Rhodes versus John Morrison for the Intercontinental title. Air Boom versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. Sheamus versus Christian. Mark Henry versus Randy Orton for the world title in the Hell in the Cell match. And then John Cena versus CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio in the Hell in the Cell. If I'm correct, this is where John Cena gets locked out. I know that for a fact. And I think this is where Alberto wins the title. I do like that disc card, though. Next is Vengeance 2011 They brought this one back for some reason. The cover is not good, not bad. It's alright. This is where Mark Henry and Big Show went off the top rope, and then the ring collapsed, which was super cool. Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder for the U.S. title. Ooh, finally something different. Beth Phoenix versus Eve for the Divas title. Triple H and CM Punk versus R-Truth and The Miz. John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio in a last man standing match. Mark Henry versus Big Show. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the IC title. And Air Boom versus Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger yet again for the tag team title. So sometimes we see repeat matches that we don't want to see. That happens. That's life. Next, we have Survivor Series, one of my favorite pay-per-views. Never before, never again will The Rock and John Cena ever tag with each other. And that is true. They never did ever again tag with each other. But the cover was not the best. So CM Punk versus Alberto Del Rio for the WWE Championship. And if I am correct, this is where CM Punk's 434-day reign began, which was so cool. Mark Henry versus Big Show for the world title, and then John Cena versus The Rock. John Cena and The Rock versus The Miz and R-Truth. And a stupid match that I didn't like. Overall, this Survivor Series was alright. It's not one of my favorites. And our last pay-per-view, TLC 2011, CM Punk's on the cover, eating an ice cream bar, which is funny. I like this cover. It's pretty cool. Dolph Ziggler versus Zack Ryder for the U.S. title. I think Zack Ryder wins here, and that pissed me off, because I don't like Zack Ryder at all. I can't stand him. Cody Rhodes versus Booker T for the Intercontinental title. Randy Orton versus Wade Barrett in a tables match. Mark Henry versus Big Show in a chairs match. Then I think Daniel Bryan cashes in here. Triple H versus Kevin Nash in a sledgehammer ladder match. Yes, I know. That match sounds fucking retarded. But it was actually, in my opinion, I actually liked it. CM Punk versus The Miz versus Alberto Del Rio in a triple threat match for the WWE title. And I think it was a TLC match. So, the one pay-per-view out of the whole year, John Cena's not in it. Please let me know why John Cena's not in this one. I forgot. Yeah. And the disc art's so cool. So there you have it. As one of them falls. Hold on a minute. So there you have it. There is the complete 2011 WWE pay-per-view. Like I said, please let me know why John Cena wasn't in TLC. In the comments below. Tell me your favorite pay-per-view of 2011. Don't forget to like, subscribe. And this is White Stoner, and he's out.